Good morning. I'm Ellen Joy Legnas and I'll be discussing about drying and milling of rice. Rice is a grain in which billions of people rely on as a staple food. And it comes in many varieties, and each one has its distinct qualities such as in color, length, and others. But before finally reaching the table, it goes through a series of processes. Right after the harvest, rice undergoes threshing using a threshing machine to separate the pure grains from grasses. This time, its moisture content is still up to 25% and is potential to deterioration. That is why drying of rice after harvesting and threshing is very essential to reduce its moisture content to a recommended level before it will undergo storage to maintain its quality. Otherwise, it will reduce grain quality and result in losses. Drying reduces grain moisture content to a safe level for storage, and it is the most critical operation after harvesting a rice crop. However, drying process varies considering the availability of equipment. So, it can be done using either traditional or mechanical drying systems. Although traditional drying system is a bit laborious way of drying rice, it is still practiced in many areas because of its low cost and ease management. So this includes first, sun drying. The process of spreading the grains under the sun using mats and pavements. Mats are used in small to medium scale drying where threshed grains are placed on mats, nets, or canvas. Pavements, on the other hand, are often used in large-scale drying for grain collectors and millers, wherein the grains are laid on pavement designed for drying. Second, field drying and stacking. It is a method of pre-drying the newly harvested rice before threshing, where farmers or harvesters cut rice panicles in the field and stack them in small piles on top of the crop stubble. Mechanical drying system. This requires mechanical dryers in reducing moisture content of newly threshed grains by forcing either ambient or heated air through the grain belt. This can be done through, first, heated air drying, which employs high temperature for rapid drying. So these are the three types of dryer. The first one, the fixed bed batch dryer, which can be used by farmers, contractors, and small rice mills. The other one is the recirculating batch dryer, which can be used by commercial rice mills and cooperatives. And the last one, the continuous flow drying plant. It is the least common but is used by some larger filling enterprises that handle large volumes of wet paddy. Second, low temperature drying or in-store drying. This requires long drying time, ranging from 4 days to 2 weeks, using in-store dryer. However, high-quality grains are produced in this process. And the last, solar drying. It is the latest drying technology that is able to simulate sun drying even during rainy conditions. It uses the solar bubble dryer. Milling. It is the process of removing the husk and grain layers to produce an edible white rice kernels without any impurities for human consumption. The ideal milling process results in 20% husk and 8 to 12% bran layers, depending on the milling degree, and 68 to 72% milled rice, depending on the variety of rice. According to Hindustan, To obtain the desired outcome of milled rice, the paddy grains should undergo the following process. First, pre-cleaning. It is the removal of foreign materials such as stones, weed seeds, and soil from the grains to avoid disturbance of milling efficiency. Second, removing the husk. It produces the brown rice and transports the husk to a storage dump outside the mill. Third, paddy separation. After the single pass, the unhusked paddy rice are then separated from brown rice. And then fourth, whitening or polishing. This removes the bran layer and the germ from the paddy. And fifth, separation of white rice. After polishing, the rice is separated into head rice, large and small broken rice. Next, rice mixing. A more efficient rice mill will produce 50 to 60% head rice, 5 to 10% large broken, and 10 to 15% small broken kernels. A proper mixing requires volumetric mixer. Next, mist polishing. Mixing a fine mist of water with the dust retained on white rice improves the luster of rice without significantly reducing milling yield. And the last, the rice weighing. Normally, rice is sold in 50 kilograms in a sack in the market. Changes in the composition of rice after milling. During milling, the husks or hulls and the bran layers are removed. And due to most of the non-starch nutrients such as minerals, vitamins, and enzymes being located in the bran layers, they will be gradually lost during milling or polishing operations, resulting in significant reduction of nutritional value. How moisture content affects the quality of rice during and after milling. Paddy is at its optimum milling potential at moisture content of 14% wet weight basis. Grains with high moisture content are too soft to withstand hulling pressure, which results in grain breakage and possibly pulverization of the grain. And grain that is too dry becomes brittle and has greater breakage. The rice quality is the major factor affecting its market value.